Kevin, your first home game tonight, another victory as well. You must be really pleased with that one.
Yeah, I'm of course pleased with the victory. Again, it wasn't a vintage performance, but it was one that, I have to give credit to Witton. They've come here, they've played, and they've caused us some problems. I was disappointed probably a little bit with the first 20-25 minutes, because I said to him I wanted to start the game really quick. I thought it took us about 20-25 minutes to get going tonight. Maybe that's a little bit of a hangover from, the exertions and the work rate they put in at the weekend. But as the game grew, I thought we grew into it. We played started to play some really good stuff. The shape of the team looked better, and we started to command the game. Credit to the players, because it's been a tough 10 days, and for them to win back-to-back games, and that's their fourth victory now on the bounce, is credit to them.
Sam Hodgson with 2 goals tonight in the team from the bench on Saturday. How pleased were you with him and to get those 2 goals?
Yeah, I think, when you give a player an opportunity, you give them information in terms of, you go out there and give me a problem. I have to say he's actually been excellent since I've come through the door. Come and see me the first day that I was in the building, telling me he wants to play, he's ready to play, which is great from my point of view. And I said you have to be patient. You get your opportunity, you take. When you do get an opportunity, you take it, and he's done that tonight. So he has given me a headache. But yeah, delighted for him, in the right place at the right time. There's certain things he could have done better, but he's only a young kid, he's learning. But naturally delighted with him.
You mentioned that the performance seemed to get better the longer and longer the game went on. Did you think that the team's fitness sort of came through as well? Yeah,
and I think, as I say, it was a tough game at the weekend, and I think just them coming off the back of the week that they had, the emotions, etc., with obviously myself coming in, the travelling at the weekend, and then to start the game tonight in what everyone was talking about, my first home game, there might have been a bumper crowd, etc. The biggest crowd of the season so far. So it took us a while to get going, but once we got probably 20-25 minutes into the game, I think they got that lactic acid out of their legs, and they looked stronger as the game went on, which is a pleasing part.
You mentioned that support, biggest crowd of the season here. What did you make of it?
Yeah, great. It's from my point of view, having been away for so long, to come back and hear crowds singing, and they got behind the team, and we're going to need them again on Saturday, because we've got a tough match. But yeah, delighted all round. I think, yes, we can be better. We know that. We'll have to be better on Saturday. But 4 games on the bounce, let's go and try and make it 5.
Overall, from your first 2 games, you must be pretty pleased with where you're at the moment.
Yeah, of course. I think it's always nice, and certainly when it's your first managerial job, there's always going to be the doubters out there. People question, I don't know the league. As I've said to you before, it's still got 2 goals. We still play with a white ball. I played in non-league, so I know it. So nothing's really surprised me. It's been enjoyable. But it's always nice to prove people wrong and shut people up. Hopefully the attention goes away from me now, it goes on to the players, and we can crack on now and look forward to the game Saturday.
I'm sure you knew that every game at this league would be difficult. Did they prove that more than any other, do you think, against the team second bottom?
Yeah, I was very, very conscious today of, my message to the players was, the only way we lose this football match today if we become complacent, if our mindset isn't right, and you would have to say the first 20-25 minutes, I wouldn't say that we were complacent. I just think probably it took us a while just to get going, and I think you have to give credit to Witton for that as well, because they had a game plan. They played 4-5-1. Out of possession, they just got bodies behind the ball, and we became frustrated, tried to force the issue at times, and when we should have just kept the ball and tried to wait for the opening. So credit to Witton, but I think as the game went on, it got stretched a little bit more. That was when our quality showed.
In the second half, you were able to bring Jordan Hunter on from the bench as well. He'd been out since September. How big a moment was that for you to be able to bring him on?
Yeah, the kid's itching to play again. Another one that come to see me straight away. It's great. I've got a big headache now for the weekend. It's great to have that. But he's a quality young player. Got loads of energy. Mitch as well. Did very, very well. So it's a problem that I've got to deal with, and I certainly will do that. But yeah, it's delighted to see him back, and he just looks like he loves football, doesn't he? So he's got loads of energy. So yeah, delighted for him.
looking ahead to Saturday, of course, one game isn't going to define the season, but it is a massive game all the same, isn't it?
It is, and I think just, from the players' point of view, of course, if we were to get a result, to win 5 games on the bounce in any league is a great achievement, and certainly in this league as well, where there's so many potential banana skins, and it shows a lot about the character of the side. They want to do well. Everything I've asked them so far, they've done and more. So, yeah, it's a big game, but like you say, it's not a defining game of the season. I think the biggest thing, if we do happen to have a setback, is how we bounce back. And I thought tonight, when we went 1-1, I thought the response was very, very good. We're all going to get setbacks. How you react, and I thought they reacted really well.
How important do you think the fans are going to be on Saturday in a big game like that?
Well, they're always important. In any football match, they'll come, they'll support, they'll get behind the team, and it's a massive help. But again, from my experience, there's going to be a lot of attention on the game because it's his first versus second. You play the game and not the occasion. It's as simple as that. So that'll be the message again. We'll recover and we'll certainly be ready for it.
Just finally, a couple of players just missed out here, the likes of JJ Hooper and Miles Boney. Do you think they've got any chance of possibly being back then?
Yeah, Miles is back training. JJ, we're taking each day as it comes really, and talking to him, just seeing how he feels. I suppose we're going to have to be a little bit careful with that one, with it being a muscle injury, and don't want it to turn into anything else. But Miles is training. He's back in contention for sure. So yeah, again, it's another headache I've got, but it's a good one.